Hey guys, welcome to number 13 of the Derby career mode, and in this episode we're actually going to be playing quite a few games as, I feel like just a big episode. They always help out in this series as you get through like 6 or 7 games in one episode, and hopefully we can climb up the table a little bit. At the moment we are only like 5 points off the bottom of the table, but at the same time we're only like 7 off the top 4, so it could go one way or another with this episode. So we got some really nice games: Arsenal, Stoke in the Cup, and we'll probably end it off with that Hull City game, leaving off about 8 games left of the season, probably a couple of episodes where we can actually do live commentaries and make it a little bit more exciting. So first game is against Arsenal. We've actually made a new formation. It's actually a 4-3-2-1 with Thorne just a little bit deeper, Joe Allen and Hughes in the midfield. Obviously we brought in Emenike and Dyer in the winger position, also in Leitner, and the left forward Architects, I think that's his name anyway. But yeah, looking at the Arsenal lineup for today's game, it's pretty much their normal team. They haven't made any new signings apart from Marco Verratti in the central midfield position, who is really good, and it's nice to see that Debussy's playing. It's kind of crazy sometimes how different the squads are to what they are in real life. So a little bit of a scramble here. Eventually the ball does go into the back of the net. It is Danny Welbeck. I would kind of like to see how many times either the goalkeeper saved it or one of my players tried to clear it, because it was probably at least 4 or 5 times there. So going into the 63rd minute of the match here, Dyer coming off the bench, cutting inside with his 5-star weak foot, puts it into the top left hand corner, makes it 1-1 in the game. A really nice goal from the Belgian. I'm just going to call him Dyer because he does have like a CXK something at the end of his name. But yeah, it's a bit of a strange name, same with Architect, the attacking midfielder. But yeah, we got a nice draw to kick off this episode in the rain as well against Arsenal, a very good team. So hopefully if we can keep up that level of performance, we should be able to pick up some 3 points in our upcoming games. So next one now against Aston Villa. We're going to be playing a bit of a weaker team. I think we'll try out maybe like Chris Martin, Bryson Hendrick and stuff like that. So looking at their lineup, they've gone for AU up front, Sanchez in the holding midfielder roles, Sinclair out wide, and yeah, we go into the 84th minute of the match here. Jamie Vardy coming very close, but we do win a corner with Alan Hutton, and we do go short to Leitner, who has come off the bench, ball into the box, and we do actually win a penalty. So that's a good way to pretty much end off this game. Last 5 minutes, but unfortunately the keeper does save it. But we get another corner, so we got another throw of the dice in the last 5 minutes of the match. As you can see in the top left, 11 saves for Guzan, couldn't save that one. Dominguez gets the goal, makes it 1-0 with 3 minutes left in the game, and that was really like, we put on a load of pressure towards the end of the game, and eventually Aston Villa did concede, and as you can see here, they kind of went on all out attack, and we just put the ball through for Jamie Vardy off the bench, goes through on goal, smashes it into the top left hand corner and secures the 3 points for us. So a really nice win, especially in the rain. It was at home though, so yeah, it was a good way to end off the game, obviously getting them 2 goals and getting the 3 points and moving us up the table. So yeah, obviously as you can see there, they didn't even have a single shot on target, Aston Villa, so it kind of did show how bad they are attacking and how good we did defensively. So next game now is against Stoke City. It is in the FA Cup, so I'm going to be using pretty much a normal first team players. So for some reason, I'm not too sure why, but Jeff Cameron, the centre back / CDM, is playing attacking midfielder. I'm not too sure why they would do that. Surely he'd play like Mbula, or maybe put Shaqiri in the attacking midfielder role and bring on a new winger. But yeah, I'm not too sure about those tactics. But anyway, we take a shot. Thomas Ince is there to put the diving header into the back of the net to make it 1-0 in the first 20 minutes of the match. I think it was this game actually, where we got like Bryson, Martin and a few other players that haven't really had that many game time, just to give them opportunity in the FA Cup. And yeah, we go into the 28th minute of the match here. Marko Arnautovic finesses it around Bardi, makes it 1-1, only 5 minutes after us going into a 1-0 lead. So a little bit of a shame we couldn't keep that lead for any longer, because in the second half, pretty much 2 minutes in, Arnautovic cuts inside, puts it in the near post and makes it 2-1. I believe that is how the game does end. Unfortunately, we are going to be knocked out of the FA Cup, but it gives us an opportunity to concentrate on the league a bit more. We did actually hit our target for where we needed to finish, so we have actually got Jamie Vardy on 9 goals now. He's only 3 off the top, so if we could pick him up a few goals in this episode, that would be quite good, just to potentially make him worth a little bit more, because he is pushing on to like the 31, 32 age mark, so we're not going to be wanting to keep him for much longer. So looking at the Sunderland lineup for today's game, they've actually got Adam Johnson on the right hand side, which is a bit of a shame they can't remove him from the game, but obviously I made this save back in like February before he was put into prison. So yeah, Going into the game now, first 20 minutes of the match, Braithwaite here goes around Keogh, puts it into the top left-hand corner. Not much my keeper could have done about it, but maybe Keogh could have done a little bit better defensively there. Then we go into the last 5 minutes, and unfortunately Christie does kind of put it into his own net. Braithwaite again kind of putting the pressure on, and yeah, it wasn't the most eventful of games. Like they had the 2 goals, we had 5 shots, not the most, but yeah, we're going to have to regroup and hopefully get the points back in the next game. We are at home, so hopefully we can do that against Southampton, who obviously did sign Jordan Rhodes in the January transfer window, but they haven't actually gone for him up front. They've gone for Kevin Volland, the German striker. He is a really, really good player. And then apart from that, it's just the normal Southampton line. They've got Galazaniga in goal, who's only like 67 rated, so maybe we could win this game as their keeper isn't too good. So first 10 minutes of the match here, Kevin Volland running into the box, eventually puts it across, and I concede the most stupid goal in the world. What I was trying to do there is when he passed it across, I was pushing down, and then it went to my keeper, and I put it into my own net. That is literally the most stupid goal I've ever conceded. So frustrating. Not exactly the best of starts to the game, but nevertheless, in the 32nd minute of the match here, Joe Allen with the skills, with the quality strike to put it into the back of the net to make it 1-1 and to get us back into the game. It was kind of lucky that we did score that goal before the half-time whistle, because if we went into the second half 1-0 down, especially in these conditions, it would have been quite difficult. But a wonderful through ball from Thomas Ince to Architects, the Spanish guy. I'm not too sure if I'm saying his name right. I don't know if it is Architects or not, but I'm going to call him that because that's what it looks like. And he's actually really good. He's not the most pacey. He's only got like 60 acceleration, about 75 sprint speed. But the quality he has in terms of ball control, dribbling and stuff like that, it's immense. So yeah, we just make a few changes there, bringing on Dyer, Emenike and Leitner, and we go into the last 13 minutes of the match. Another defensive error from me, passing it straight to him and putting it into the back of the net there. I believe it is Tadic to make it 2-2, and unfortunately losing 2 points for us in the last few minutes of the game. Really frustrating, and yeah, that's how the game does end. So not exactly what we want. We would have quite liked to pick up the 3 points, but kind of shows how annoying that game is, that the fact because the passing system isn't the best on the game. Like I did that pass when the ball went across and it didn't register until the goalkeeper got it. So we have had a bit of a growth now. It is from Architects, and I think Hughes has gone up by 1 rating to a 78 as well. So it's nice to see that our players are growing in stats, because when they do just sit there at the same rating for like a whole season, it's kind of frustrating. But our next opponents are West Ham, Mikel Antonio, Byram out wide, Dimitri Payet, Noble, Kouyaté, and Valencia, Ogbono, Winston Reid, Cresswell, Joey O'Brien, and Adrian. Got a really solid team, and we go into the 45th minute of the match, pretty much the last kick of the half. Architect on the right forward position, finesses it into the back of the net with a wonderful strike, makes it 1-0, and yeah, he's a lovely little player. I definitely would suggest him, especially on career mode. Not too expensive, and a really good player for a championship tier team. So we do win a penalty again. Architects with the I don't know, he didn't really dive, but he won the penalty for us, that's for sure. He got taken out, and I decided to give him the penalty. I think he deserves the chance to potentially work on towards a hat-trick, and he does put it into the back of the net. It was actually a pretty good penalty for a guy who only has like 64 penalties. It was not bad at all, and yeah, hopefully he can get to maybe an 80 by the end of the season. I could definitely see that happening with the recent form he's been in. But we go into the 90th minute of the match here. A wonderful through ball from Joel, and steps up Jamie Vardy, puts it into the top of the net, hits the crossbar, goes into the back of the net, and a 3-0 victory against West Ham. A very good team, especially with the 4-5-1 formation. Very good defensively. We seem to have a really good day of scoring goals at the Bolognese ground there at Stadium thing. So yeah, good victory. Two goals for Architect and 1 for Vardy. Obviously moving us slightly up the table. We did start off in 14th in this episode. Now we're in 12th. We're quite a bit away from the bottom of the table now. But we're still only 5 points off the relegation zone. So we do need to keep up winning games. So going into the last one now against Hull City. It is away from home at the KC Stadium. We've got a really solid team. I must say that. Thorne, Hughes and Allen. Midfield, it's doing quite well at the moment. But looking at their team, they've gone for Livermore and Diarmi in the holding midfield roles. Maloney, Hernandez up front, a very good striker. Michael Dawson in the defence. Zoe, the Dutch goalkeeper, in goal as well. He's actually quite good, goes up to like an 84. So it's a really good Hull City lineup. So going into the 46th match, after the half-time whistle, winning the ball here with Jamie Vardy, putting it inside to Joe Allen, then inside to George Thorne, and a wonderful strike into the top of the net to make it 1-0. A good start to the game and a really nice bit of passing play from Joe Allen inside to Thorne, and Thorne getting the goal. And it's nice to see that this new formation, it gives us an opportunity to play George Thorne. What we didn't really have the opportunity is in the previous formations that we were using with the attacking midfielder. So we are going to end off the episode here. As you can see, I'm really glad we signed Joe Allen. He's had a really good impact in this episode. I think he got about 3 or 4 assists and a couple of goals. He at least got 1 goal against Southampton. I'm not too sure if he did get a second, but nevertheless, we are at 9th now, so that's a really good position. We're only, 8 points off the top 5. So if we could finish in like the top 10, I'll be more than happy with that. And we're 8 points off the bottom of the relegation zone, so that's good to see as well. So if you did enjoy this episode, make sure you do smash the like button. If we could get over 35 likes, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, and see you soon. Bye.